places up north like I went yesterday. I think getting the facts to people has made an enormous difference. Okay, we'll miss you. Okay, bye-bye. Ulrich, hello.
Good to see you, Governor. How are you?
Happy, obviously, and say I had a very nice talk with your customer in Norway yesterday.
Oh,
yes, I did.
Good.
First thing yesterday morning, and very fine person.
Yeah.
And he talked about, yes, they did intend, and they would start, the process would be starting soon, that they would make a decision, need to make a decision, I believe he said, in Q1. Hi, Ted. Hi, Mitch.
Mitch, Sybil.
Sybil. He was very pointed in saying, labor costs are less important to us than logistics costs. Their point of competitive advantage, the reason they're growing in a tough market, is they have technology for sealing it so tight that their QC is they put helium in it, and they've got a spectrometer that can measure atoms of helium. If more than a few atoms escape, it flunks.
And instrumental in the expansion of what we're doing is also our relationship with Think, represented by the vehicle that you see here on my right, and the battery that's sitting here. That is the battery that goes into the Think vehicle. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the future. It is happening right now. It is happening right here in the state of Indiana and in this building. And now, let me introduce a man who is crucial to making this all happen, Governor Mitch Daniels.
Thanks for the business, Ulrich. Thanks for that. Indiana's proud to have earned this business. I'm proud that you already make us your home and that you're about to make us your home in a much, much larger way. Nate Feltman and I, in 4 years, have now been part of close to 600 announcements like this. We're, I think, headed for our 4th consecutive record-breaking year of new investment coming to our state. I don't think any of those days was more exciting when you take it all in than this morning is.
You are clearly very excited about this. What does some 900 jobs mean for Indiana's economy in the years to come? 900
jobs is a great hit, but I'm thinking about the thousands that could come after. 900 jobs in 3 different towns, one of which we don't even know yet, is big no matter what the kind of business it is. But the kind of business this is is just so potentially transformative for our state. We could be the capital of the electric car era, which is going to be on us now faster than I think most of us thought. What's your role here?
I'm a mechanical engineer.
Fantastic. Well, I rode through Fort Bill on my motorcycle.
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize you even rode until I saw you do that benefit ride and everything. I thought that was so awesome. Well, thank you. And it's an honor to hear you speak on our behalf. I think it's just
Well, I hope I got across how excited I really am about this.
You're like us, and that's what I really like. You come down to the everyday person.
I just want to say good morning.
Good morning.
Congratulations. You part of the company here?
I just got hired today. My first day on the job.
You just got hired today?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic. Good for you. What's your name?
Bob Kinsler.
What did you get hired to do?
Accountant.
Accountant? You know these guys? He just got hired today. This is Bob. Yeah.
I wasn't aware of all this was going to happen.
Well, they did it in your honor.
Oh, okay.
Meet Bob. This is your new coworker.
Nice
to meet you.
Let's shake your hand a little bit. I'd like to get a picture.
Absolutely. After you meet Bob.
I know Bob.
It's his first date.
Yeah, I'm jealous anymore. I feel privileged.
What's that?
I feel privileged. I got to shake your hand.
Oh, come on.
Thank you.
I'm privileged because, one day when you're a millionaire because you were on the ground floor of this thing, I'm going to say, hey, look at this picture of me and Janine.
How you doing, guys?
I'm Mitch, and I see you all. Thank you very, very much.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Oh, man, this is very, very exciting. Do your best work.
Sharon.
Sharon. Hi, Sharon.
Nice to meet you.
You are?
Latoya.
Latoya. Very good seeing you. Best of luck to you. So they didn't take your picture. Where's Scoot over?
Over here, man.
Now, right here. I'm in here. There he is. Here, I'll tell you what. You sit still. I'll come back here. And take good care of my new friend, Bob. Wherever Bob. Huh?
No.
I guess Bob went to work. I don't know. I don't see him here. Come here. They all want to meet you. Come here a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bob. See? What a nice bunch of people you fell in with.
Yes, sir.
Good luck. How you doing? Yeah.
Mike,
how you doing?
How are you?
I'm good.
We're up northern.
Well, I went up to see where the tornado hit Griffith, make sure we're helping people get their homes and businesses back together.
Governor Daniels,
Yep.
Gary Corbin, our CEO.
Hey, very nice seeing you.
Julie Bassett, the
Hi,
general
Julie.
manager.
Yeah, hey, how are you?
Yes.
So, how's the tourist business?
It's been tremendous. Great. You know, last year, what did we hit? 270,000 visitors. And this year, we're on the road for over 350,000.
That's fantastic.
When we were younger, our generation, everyone had an uncle, grandfather, someone to visit on the farm.
Right.
And today, we are amazed, and we knew this, doing this, that how many of these school children have no relationship to a farm. So when we open this, we open it with a few things. One is to show how farmers care about the land and protect it. Two is that as dairy farmers, that we care about our cows, and our animal husbandry is fabulous. And three is just to share how milk is produced and how safe it is, the way we produce it, and the high quality and nutritional value of it. So this is a quick movie. It's about 3 minutes long, and it's a cow sharing her life, what happens during the day of her life. This is a 3D, 4D movie. Milk flies off the screen and sprays you, and there's all sorts of fun stuff.
Does the agritourism aspect of this break even, or is it a profit center?
You know, between the sales that we get from where we're going to go now, it offsets the losses we have here. So we're making, for the first year, we're making a profit. Hey Don, how are you?
Doing fine, Mike. How are you today?
I'd like you to meet Governor Daniels.
Was it Don?
Nice to meet you.
Real good seeing you.
Hi, Governor. How you doing?
I'm well.
Keep up the good work.
Well, we'll try.
We're very appreciative of all you do.
Don't spill that.
I'll try. I don't think
know?
it will. Does it look like I spilled much?
We were here. We said the man coming back from Chicago heading home and said we got to stop for some ice cream.
Yeah, where's home?
Indianapolis.
Oh, is that right?
We're heading home.
So you've been doing some business, and you knew right where to stop.
Yeah, exactly. This is the place. Great place.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you stopping.
Our pleasure.
All right. Thanks.
Keep up the good work.
We shall try. I'm fine. Yeah.
Good luck.
What's your name? Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, Larry Parker.
Larry, good seeing you.
Nice to
Nice seeing you. So do you live nearby, and she's visiting Grandma and Grandpa? In North Judson?
Our grandchildren are here from
She's,
Czech Republic.
oh, no kidding. Are you the one working in the Czech Republic?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we're proud of you. Well, Ella and I are tight. We already, yeah, we've already established that, but, well, good. So come home someday, but you'll come home wiser for the experience, I know.
Let's walk over to this barn because it's kind of one of the new add-ons. And
Was this your conception, or?
yeah, you know,
I thought it was. I mean, and then, would you say you saw it all at the beginning, or is this sort of growing organically? The more you do, the more that you get the next idea and the next idea, or did you always?
we kind of kept fairly true to the initial concept.
Yeah.
I mean, what I just described here. We bring cows down from the dairies
Right.
to have their calves here. So people sit in here and watch the cows have their babies.
And this happens like
Every hour.
umpty ton, dozens of times a day,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
At
Oh,
your
yeah.
volume.
Right.
Hello. Waiting for the blessed event.
No, it already happened.
Oh, we missed.
She had her.
Oh, we missed.
Yeah,
it.
we do. She's still laboring with the afterbirth, but the calf is on the other side.
Oh, yeah.
Middle of the day when there's more people, or on a weekend when it's loaded, there'll be 150 people
Yeah.
sitting here, and the cow will be having a calf. You could hear a pin drop.
I'm
And when
sure.
that calf comes out, everyone applauds.
Of course.
People get up, the babies that have been born throughout
Yeah.
the day, and then we pick them up at night and put them back into the system.
I think we found a place Ella likes a lot.
There you go.
I studied at Purdue and I finished visual communication.
Very
at
good.
Art, so, yeah.
So, and are you working here?
Yes.
Terrific.
Yes.
Well, that's outstanding. We're headed for Purdue. I'm going to be with in a big Q&A session with, I don't know, I guess several hundred
okay.
students in a couple, 3 hours. So they'll probably all be asking about you.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Can I tell them you're doing okay?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I will.
Thank you.
Bye. So what's the capacity of the digester?
If we put it into perspective of housing, average household, we could do 3,000 homes
Yeah.
for full electrical for
Yep.
3,000 homes.
Yep.
But I'm working with NIPSCO on this one because, you know, the one here that you've seen before is producing electricity for this building, the whole dairy,
Right.
and several other areas on the dairy. And I wheel a little more to one of the other dairies because I got more than I need. But this digester, instead of having engines that are running on the biogas and running turbines that are producing the electricity, we're working with NIPSCO, and we're going straight into the gas line. So we're going to purify the gas. It's 62% methane as it comes out of the digester, and we're going to purify it to 98% methane, which turns it into natural gas. We worked out an agreement with NIPSCO, and we're going to put it right into the gas line. We want to do a cellulosic ethanol out of the fiber, and I'm going to show you the fiber that's coming off this digester. So it's been through the whole digester process, and all the easy carbon has been used by the bacteria and produced the methane. Right. But then you got the longer fiber that's more of a cellulosic type fiber. Right. So we've kind of purified the fiber by using up, the hemicellulose, and now the only thing that's left there is the cellulose and lignin. We're not going to use any anhydrous anymore, based on this new digester, the way I can mass balance my nitrogen in the manure. So,
and the digester is going to throw off nitrogen that you can use. Is that what you're telling me?
Then I'll be able to use all my I'll have enough nitrogen to grow my corn silage. I don't have to put any nitrogen on my alfalfa because it fixes nitrogen from atmosphere. What we got is the manure coming in right here from all the dairies. The manure product with the water falls into that pit there and goes into the digester. And let me back up, and we'll go back to the digester now. So this is the digester itself. It's all concrete, so all the manure is in there digesting, and it's 12 feet down. And then the gas is coming off the yellow tubes as you can see from the top. There's several products that are coming out of this government. The first product obviously is the gas. This is the solids that are left over after digestion. Right. We end up with a liquid product that's about tea-colored, and you can see these are these line lagoons, so we're totally protected. Yep. And that's where this water is this tea-color water is going in.
So this is nitrogen rich.
Nitrogen rich.
And can you just take it like that and spread it?
And I put it through the pivots, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, put it right through the pivots. And that manure that you saw there coming out, that's where the cellulosic material. Right. And when we go to that, at the end of the process to make the ethanol, I still have the nitrogen left.
Right.
And once everything goes through the digester, it eliminates 90% of the odor. So we're down to really the only odor you're going to catch on these dairies is right there.
Well, this is just one marvel after another, Mike. That's just magnificent.
I don't care if you believe in global warming or not. It doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
Because fortunately, sustainability is beyond that. Sustainability is about maximizing resources because we need to protect everything that was given to us to make it efficient and productive. Right. In a way that it's sustainable, that it's going to be there to continue giving. And when you look at it that way, if carbon is important or not based on global warming, it doesn't matter anymore. It just by becoming sustainable and by making things efficient and productive, you're going to reduce carbon. All the feed concept is explained the way we've talked about, and how it's mixed, and it's a perfect, it's a mixed ration, so every bite is the same. It's balanced nutritionally. You can see that the cows they pick whatever bed they want, but they just love to lay down and enjoy the bed. They can get up, they're free to walk around, socialize. They go to the barn 3 times a day, and that's a nice long walk for them. Right. And it's kind of a social interaction going back and forth. Yeah, so this is basically these rotaries that are very efficient. The cow actually comes to the milkers, so there's 3 milkers positioned along here. But you can see these cows, they get accustomed to this kind of backing out, very comfortable, no noise. Everything is done very calmly. The cow's milking as she's going around. And somewhere around that side of the circle, that machine automatically retracts itself because it has sensors that sense when the flow has dropped to a level of less than a half a pound of milk per half a minute. Shuts the vacuum off and retracts the machine with an air
Let's see, half a pound in half a minute. What's the volume of a pound of milk? Let's see.
There's 8.6 pounds in a gallon.
I'm trying to calibrate this against my wife's maximum volume in the cow milking contest. She got a cup in a minute last year. Cups in a gallon. 32?
32 cups.
Is that right or is that wrong?
Ounces. There's 128 ounces, and there's how many ounces in a cup?
Well, is a cup 8 ounces?
Cup's 8 ounces.
That'd be 6. I got to do the math on my wife. That's the deal. So.
I have hotels in here. I have water parks. I got a North American animal park. I got. It's fascinating where this is going to go over the next 5 years. And then you're actually going to tour the windmills and tour the digesters and tour the people that are interested in all that. Then there'll be a more specific about how farm also participates in renewables. And
this is, you know, here in one place, people can see and you are creating all these things that I've been trying to get people to understand we are doing in various places in the state. And it's not fanciful that we can be the green energy capital. Our roots in agriculture, not to mention our coal and the other assets that we have, mean that we can be the leader. I'm armed and dangerous now. I can go explain this much more effectively to people than I have been. So let us know what we can do to help. Oh yeah, Mitch.
Hi, I'm Pam. Nice to
Yeah,
meet you.
Pam. Yeah, how's business?
I was good.
Yeah.
I was good.
Gary, how you been?
Good.
How's everything? I've been all right.
Good.
Did your neighbors tell you I left you a couple messages? I was up here on a Sunday on the motorcycle. Didn't they tell you? You were the one that wouldn't tell me whether to eat tenderloin or, breaded or grilled. Remember?
Right.
You finally brought me a half of each.
Would you like that
Sign
again?
up there? You'll see the sign.
Well, there it is. Exactly.
What's it say?
All right, I better have that then. All right.
That's a Mitch special.
I'll have that. So you see, when you can't make up your mind, they'll accommodate you in here. Huh?
Takes care of you.
Doesn't he? So what's new up here? What do we need to know or watch out for?
A lot of windmills in the area.
Yeah, you do. Yes, you do. I've had fun telling people and showing people about them. I came up and made one of my commercials out here. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
Yeah.
Because, you know, most people had no clue this is going on, how big this is becoming, and I wanted them to get a little sense of it. I spent the most of the day in Lake County. Now, for the first time, they're cutting a lot of spending up there. But why? Well, there's only one reason why, because we put a lid on it. And there are things that should have been done a long time ago that people have postponed, but when they really can't just raise the tax rate anymore, they'll have to get a little more serious about some efficiency. My own take, Dave, is that this whole energy question, everybody's right. Everybody's right. We need it all.
You know, why do you feel it's important as governor to, during your term, continue visiting smaller communities and making the rounds?
I decided long before I knew if I'd be chosen that if I did, if we were chosen, that I would never stop the traveling. I have learned so much. First of all, it's a big state, and it's different from place to place, and you just simply cannot do the job well, I don't believe, if you allow yourself to be trapped behind a desk somewhere. And I think there's value in people knowing that they can get at their governor. Now, down to your alma mater. Nice seeing you.
Hey, nice seeing you.
Good luck. Thanks for coming out. You are?
I'm Jamie Steiner.
Hi, Jamie. Good seeing you. What year are you here?
I'm a sophomore.
Yeah?
Yep, Aggie con.
No, really, in seriousness, congratulations. That's a hard track, but good for you. Hi.
Hi, pleasure meeting you. Lisa.
Lisa. Hi, Elisa.
Hello, I'm Allison.
Nice to see you.
Chemical engineering student. You're the only Republican I'm currently voting for.
I hear a lot of that, you know? It means a lot. By the way, it means a lot.
I'm very impressed with you, sir.
Thank you. It means a lot. We've tried hard to work for everybody. So.
Let's welcome Indiana's governor, Mitch Stamos.
Adam, thanks a lot for doing this. I want to spend most of the time, and we won't take too long, what I'm really here to do is meet as many of y'all as would like to, just individually. I just stopped in at the Fair Oaks dairy operation. I don't know how many of y'all know about this. That place is a great place to think about our future as a state. First of all, it is full of Purdue technology. It is a glimpse of the future we can have in Indiana. We can be a leader in green energy. Not 10 miles from there is the second biggest wind farm in America. Maybe some of you know or have been out there. Before very long, there'll be 800 windmills out there, generating 1 to 2 megawatts each. It isn't a complete answer at all, but it's part of the answer. And it's Indiana leading in that area and all the areas that, this is not something I ever envisioned doing. I'm not one of those people who spent my life scheming and gaming and and planning and running for other offices. This just came along. When asked why I did it, you are the answer. You and all the young people like you. This state has potential so far beyond our performance. So many opportunities to be a leadership state and to be full of positive opportunities for young people who are prepared to study and then prepared to work hard and apply what they learn. The one dimension that could hold us back is we've got a long way to go in educational attainment. We are 44th in America in the percent of adults with a college degree, and that won't cut it. You have a very large responsibility. If you got into this school, you have a lot of talent. Therefore, you have an obligation to develop that talent. I know you all intend to do that. Like you have an obligation to remember the kids who aren't here, who either couldn't get here because they weren't well enough prepared or never had the dream of college. Yes, sir.
I understand what you're trying to do at the collegiate level, but what are you trying to do for pre-kindergarten all the way up through high school to improve Indiana's education standards?
Thank you. Well, John from Whiting asks, what about K-12 education? At today's spending level, every 1% is $110 million. We can hire 2,500 teachers for that. So if we're able to become more efficient about the other spending in education, there's tremendous opportunities to pay teachers better, have more teachers, make classes smaller, textbooks cheaper, etc. So that's number one. One last point on that. For anybody who's studying education here, fewer than half of only 46% of the employees of Indiana schools are teaching anybody. It's the third worst ratio in America. And so once again, we've got a huge opportunity. Don't think of the downside of this. Always look for the upside, and there's a huge upside if we can become more efficient, to apply more resources where it matters most, right at the point of instruction. So that's one, and I'm really eager to, we made some suggestions about how. I have said also that I'm just tired of hearing teachers, and students too, by the way, talk about classrooms that were just out of control, where somebody, maybe just one kid, was mouthing off, acting up, cutting up, maybe fighting with the kid next to him, and nobody felt empowered or confident enough to do something about it. So I've proposed immunizing teachers and administrations. No lawsuit can be filed against one who acts in good faith to keep order in the classroom. And it is so interesting to me. You know, when I bring this up, I had to listen a long time. I had to talk to so many educators before I really felt so strongly about this. It didn't always come up. It doesn't always come up if you're just sitting around talking. But if you ask one question, then the stories start. Now, it's so interesting to me that a young audience would apparently see this too. It makes me believe you've seen examples in your own recent experience of what I'm talking about. Is that why you clapped? Yeah. And I really believe, John, we ought to work on this. My viewpoint is education cannot start till misbehavior stops.
I'm Luke from Indianapolis, and I was wondering what your opinion is on the upcoming presidential election.
Luke wants to know what my opinion is on the upcoming presidential. I'll be glad when it's over. Those of us on our team have had a sort of a good time watching this year because everybody's change, and at least it's everybody's buzzword. But we feel like we've been making it here. We've been making a lot of it, too much for some people. This is the kind of world where you better move forward or you will slip behind. I always say, if you try to tread water today, you will sink.
Certainly in the area of healthcare, Indiana has had some successes as far as covering children and some other areas. I was just curious as to how you feel and what you intend to do to see that more Hoosiers do have access to healthcare and improve coverage.
Yes, thank you. Huge issue, of course. The HIP program, and some of you may be in a position to help us here, we passed with large majorities of people in both parties. It was just like our property tax bill. 2/3 or more of the people in both parties. It's the best way to have something happen. And everybody's bought in. Passed the so-called Healthy Indiana Plan, which I think is as good as any in America. And we've signed up the first maybe 30,000 people now, or families. it's a big bite out of the uninsured problem in our state. I'll tell you one of the joys of my job right now, everywhere I go now, somebody comes up and sometimes they're quite emotional and tells me that now they have health insurance and they can sleep at night. No strategy for being a healthier state that doesn't include reducing the rate of smoking. No strategy for reducing smoking consistent with the cheapest cigarettes outside Kentucky. So me, anti-tax, low-tax me, you know, no problem whatsoever raising the cost of cigarettes, and we devoted every penny of it to immunizing children, which was another weak spot we found, and to health care for the uninsured. If we want to grow this state, have jobs for these young people, and there was no way to pay for it, past politicians had promised things they had no possibility of delivering, and that's why we did the Major Moves transaction. I think of the towns from Lafayette to Logansport to Wabash, Peru, that will benefit from the heartland, and again, we'd have waited another couple generations for that road if not for Major Moves. There's more action there, and INDOT itself, our department.
Worked with a couple of them.
Yeah, and you know, it was even worse there because they were in the business of rationing scarcity. I mean, their deal was always that, you know, this is all the money we got, we'll just kind of do what we can do, and the rest we'll have to wait. And now suddenly they're in this situation where we got money in the bank, and I'm saying to them, I don't understand why you can't move faster. Well, all right. Well, you know, that makes it good news, you know. If everybody's headed for the other area, more jobs for you.
Yeah, we don't really have anything insightful to ask or say, so we were just wondering if you can sign our...
Yeah, sure. So you're pharmacy, and what about Becky?
Pre-dentistry.
All right,
Both
all
from
right.
Speedway, Indiana.
Yep.
So.
A great town with a good school system, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to a teacher earlier today who said a very interesting thing. She said, you know what just really ticks me off is when what ticks us off, we teachers, when we see a problem like that, and we find out that our school settled with the family.
Right.
And we thought we were in the right to start with, but to make it go away, they pay them a little money or they do something that pacifies them. And they said it's a very discouraging thing. And yet I understand.
Firefighters are comfortable.
Is he your official photographer?
And Roger's become an artiste doing this, I think, yeah. A little different, but
Here we are holding our cell phones.
Works.
There's our energy policy, Governor, right there.
Yeah.
I really appreciate it.
Okay, we'll see you guys. Thanks a lot. It's not a surprise inspection.
Hello.
I was just ahead of schedule, so I came in to say thanks for what y'all are doing. I'm not really here to... Yeah, I am. Yeah, I want to see how they're doing. So I'm going to check with you after... okay, all right. Don't let me slow you down. I know you're on the clock. You know we keep track of exactly how long everybody's in the branch every day. 7 minutes and 46 seconds. You're under the state average. That's not bad, huh?